Welcome to the side panel. I'm your host, AJ, and this week I am once again joined by Joel in his Native American poncho.
Super cozy.
It looks awesome.
It's
and
super
comfy, and I kind of want to wear it
It's cozy.
with you inside of it.
There's not a lot of room.
Uh, I'll make room.
Touch
The microphone. Sure.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So, in this episode, we are going to be unboxing some toys. Joel bought me a Christmas birthday present, and I'll be unboxing that. And Joel will be unboxing Nemesis, whatever his name is.
We'll just call him Nemesis Guy because due to business stuff, it was named a little different.
Yeah.
But I'll
So he's
still,
now Nemesis Immortal. You may remember him as Nemesis
yeah.
from the
But
G.I. Joe movie.
but this was actually gotten for me by a friend. I wasn't able to get it when it first came out, but I had a very very good friend was able to acquire one for me at the original price. So I was really really thankful. Regardless of what people are going to call it or what it says on the box, I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
I think we also need to take this time to remind Joel stop tapping on things.
God, always got to try.
So there's that. We're pulling out our tools now so we can unbox them for you. In the meantime, so who is this? Who's put this out? Is this official GI Joe product, Hasbro and the whole nine?
Yeah, it's straight Hasbro's, no side companies. This is straight. It's not a regular Hasbro release. You're not going to see it at stores, at least not at this time. It was never intended to go to regular stores. It was on Hasbro Pulse, I believe, and if there was any other place, I wasn't aware, but it was up and gone. Like it was sold out before it even went up. So, um, not particularly easy to get initially. You can get them now, but you're going to pay whatever eBay's asking you for. But you know, I'm still, like I said, friend came through, was able to grab it for me. Whether or not you're a fan of the movie, the GI Joe movie, or what they did with it, or some of the characters in it or not, I think this particular character was super cool. I would have liked to actually seen more of this particular character, but we got what we got. Um, and not much of a talker in the movie, so um, but yeah, if you guys can look around, find it. We're gonna find out if it's worth what you might pay aftermarket for it, but we're gonna open up and see what they did, what kind of goodies they did for it. The box, right off the bat, I will tell you, does have a lot of really good art. It's very detailed. The box does look like its own. I haven't seen anything come out in this distinct shape, size, or whatever. But there you guys go. There is a really cool background. You can actually see Cobra Commander down there, uh, about to get munched by a giant Venus flytrap situation. Okay, so that they are trying to show you the world that was in the movie. Like I said, the art's pretty awesome. Does show a few of the things that he's got, a few little details on it, but for the most part, it's a nice window box, which I'm always grateful that we have the window boxes back. I just didn't really enjoy them just being in a cardboard box with art on the outside. I think we all want to be enticed by a nice window. So,
I am. Oh, let me hit the mute on this guy. Hold on 1 second.
good to go.
Yes. Okay, so I'm pulling up the POV cam so that we can get a real close look at the figure here. Go ahead and give me a slight spin there, Joel. There we go. The side art is awesome. There's a barcode you can scan. I'll leave it there for a second so that you can scan it yourself. All right. And there's the back art. Very beautiful, as you can tell.
It's a nice combo. What looks like a high quality photograph of the figure itself, and then the constructed background.
It's a great pose of it. I like the little Cobra Commander
Definitely digging the Cobra Commander.
in the background there. It shows you all the different features of his feet, his back, even his mask.
And then this picture on the side looks like it's a blown up version of the one on the other side, but it is really nice. it is some pretty respectable art.
Yeah, it looks really good. So let's go ahead and get back to the unboxing. There you go.
All right. All right. Well, there's not going to be too much to it. A couple little snaps on the back. That's too much to tap. All right. So I will say this back here does have kind of a splattery, like interesting effect. It is art. There's some holes, where the back tentacle piece, right? So it's not a full diorama looking deal, but I mean you can see that there is a lot of funky detail minus the tape. So if you did want to use this to kind of still display it, you could. Someone still did
Nice
take,
little,
yeah, they did take time to do the art. So I mean,
nice little backdrop for if you want to do a diorama or what have you.
yeah, okay. But they kind of get straight to it. Okay, so there is the back tentacle piece. If you guys remember the original one, it's kind of silly looking, but it was okay. It was cool. This looks like it's going to be the tentacles are longer. It's going to go on as a backpack, and like the original, you do have actually the original didn't bend, if I remember correct. Yeah, so you actually do have a metal wire in there. You can full on bend that. We'll see. We'll see how it looks on him. But until then, I'm just going to spider that thing right there. And let's say, Jay, you want to take a peek at it?
I'm gonna throw it.
Bam.
There we go.
All right, let's get some weapons out first.
Help.
Oh, it's just loving on you.
Help.
It's just trying to be your friend.
So at this point, we're gonna run two cameras at the same time. While Joe is noisily unboxing over here, I'll be running the second camera, um, getting close-ups on everything he unboxes over here.
Some more just little plastic tabs, just keeping them in there. There is one paper wound piece that's here. I'm just gonna cut that puppy.
I like the sword. The handle has that little hook like a umbrella, but it's actually a talon. Read it up into the blade, which is really awesome.
So the kind of there's a kind of a blood looking, if you can see the pattern really closely on it, depending on how close you can get, it's printed with a lot of detail. Maybe hard to even get on here, but it's interesting.
I like this thing how, and it might be that I have dirty glasses, but it has that fuzzy look to it, even though it's not fuzzy. The leg looked fuzzy, like they're kind of a fabric, as opposed to hard plastic.
Mhm.
And again, it could be a lot of the soda I had beforehand.
But it's got a lot of texture. I'll tell you what, looking at it, I immediately thought how fun it would be, even though this was acquired and it is kind of expensive to buy another one. But this thing would immediately take paint really, really well.
Look at those wings; those are great insect bat wings.
So if I hold it to a little bit, can you see how it's kind of translucent? So the wings themselves are actually semi-translucent, which is cool because I mean that's kind of how a bat wing would be. Um, Nice little tear, little rips. Like it's kind of a hairy bat back that goes on there.
Kind of like yours.
Just the back. So I'm going to try to move this a little bit and see if it's actually got to be careful with any brand new stuff, but it looks like we do have the ability to swivel and turn on that edge. There is a swivelly like shoulder joint on here, which It does turn, but I'd be careful with it. Um, does look like there is the ability to bend it up, but I'm going to be real careful with that. Yeah, I think that's about as far as I want to push it, but pretty cool so far. I think, whenever you're dealing with this stuff, if you want to be real smart, take a quick hair dryer to it or do the hot water trick. But some of these come out of the package just so tight. I would not push these joints. But
It's a great tear.
But yeah, that tear in there, you get the veins, the texture, really, really looking good. Now we're going to see how it fits on. Does it fit on solid? Does it fall off? Same thing with this guy. Um, again, would be amazing, but just a dark green wash would fill in all the little crannies on there. And I think that would look amazing. So as far as figures go, I'm really going to be tempted to want to paint this guy.
He hasn't even opened it yet.
Yeah.
All the way and put it together. He's already
Yeah.
trying to customize it.
So one thing I will tell you right away, this figure is not a rehashing of any body pieces I've seen in any other Joe figures. So this isn't just a reuse of anything that I can tell. It's beefy, big figure. I should have brought one with me to compare the actual height to, but later when we do another show, I'll do that to actually see how big he is compared to other characters because he should be big. I want to say he should be like at least 8 feet. But right out the gate, I'm going to take a quick peek and then hand it to AJ. But I'm pretty impressed with the tech. Everything has texture. Everything. It is a pretty wicked skull. Well, he's looking at that.
Look at these thighs, dude. This guy plays soccer. I'll tell you right now.
He's sports ready.
Yeah.
Even
his torso is like bulky and sassy.
I mean, remember, this character is just an enforcer. That is his job. He doesn't have any other tasks. He's not doing taxes. He's not, doing anything. He's not running the local union. He's just.
Here's a close-up look at him.
He's just meant to show up and basically wax people that are causing a problem for Globulus. Pretty wicked. Pretty wicked. Yeah. So
he's got the Rock's ass.
Twite, like a twiger. In addition to the head that we would be used to in the movie, there's an additional head, which I think is pretty sick. Here, let me just kind of show that. There you go. Look at that. So it's textured all the way around. So again, everything, there's no just like smooth plastic. It's all got texture to it. The eyes actually do have a change in color in the pupils. The lips even. So it's painted pretty well. Not in the way in a lot of accessories, but then the original figure didn't come with a whole lot. So, and I believe if I remember correctly, they were in a 3-pack. So
they have the peg holes in the bottom of feet like the originals.
He does come with 2 actual just straight up punching fist hands, which are pretty wicked.
Designed for mini fisting.
Yep.
Or holding weapons. So his current hands have like the gun hands.
Yeah, which is interesting. So his hands look like they're prepared to have trigger fingers to hold a gun. So let's just go ahead and see, is that actually lend well? First off, I'm going to go see, do these go into the holster well, into the sheath? Let's see. Yeah. I think they go in pretty well. They don't impede the arms.
So it would take you in real life 20 minutes to pull out the blade.
Yeah.
And by that time, he'd be shot all to hell.
But this guy, he could take bullets. He's got all the time in the world.
He's got the wings to deflect them.
He just kind of shows up and tears tanks in half, and you know what I mean. So, but I think they look pretty good in the actual sheaths. Let's they don't easily fall out. That's nice. Sadly, with a lot of the figures, I found a lot of the little knives and sheaths, you kind of take them out one time and they kind of just fall out. Again, with these, be careful. There's some joints I want to bend, but they are super tight, so I'm not going to mess with that.
Super twit.
Twite. So let's see. How does this fit in there? Yeah. Okay. Well, you can kind of see maybe why they did the trigger thing. So yeah, I mean the whole trigger hand thing, it does work, but they are, just so you know, a little loosey goosey in there. I don't think they'll flat out fall out, but they kind of do fall out of the palm. Um, so I think maybe I would have just said, hey, I don't think I'll ever put guns in this guy's hand. So I probably would have been okay with just two actual just grip hands. Um,
Yeah, these don't have any. The fist hands don't relax at all. So they're solid throughout. They're just one solid mold. So you can't like flip anybody off or pull the fingers apart or even adjust the grip so it can hold those weapons. These are straight for fisting.
yeah.
In fact, I'm going to pretend I'm Transor Z right now. Excuse me. I just broke your nose.
So if you do turn these swords sideways, if you want to call them swords or giant hatchets or whatever you want to call them, you can get them staying there pretty good. But you kind of got to turn them into the bent fingers. Again, I don't know. I might get crazy and actually put some giant guns in his hands. So at least I have the option. But let's go ahead. Which one do you want to throw in first?
Huh? Well,
The bat or the
I
tentacle?
think we can do this for a good photo, and then we put this in for the finale. Right?
Okay.
I mean, you tell me. You're the one transporting it. It's your toy.
I think I do want to save that for.
This looks like a good
Yeah, that's a good.
end of the show piece.
Yeah. So this goes. The tentacles go into the back, just like any other backpack of any Joe figure. There's a peg. The peg actually seems adequate on this. I have had problems with some of the other figures where the peg just, isn't. It's just not enough of a peg to keep the backpack on.
Isn't very peggy.
Yeah. But this, good to go. It's really snug. I do really dig though that they are actually long enough to really, really curve around them and look active. Look like they truly are all kind of doing their own thing. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. It functions a lot better than the original one. The original was just this rubbery, backpack. Same idea that went on, but yeah, nice effect. So
Yeah, turn around. It doesn't sit. It sits a little far from the back.
yeah, the top part sticks in good, but you can see that there is
A
a
little bit
gap.
of a gap, but not so much. It's not going to snag and fall off or anything, but it still looks cool.
They could have contoured it to the back a little better, but again, I don't think you're really going to see it much. I don't think it's going to really be a problem. I don't think most people are actually going to choose to put this piece on as much as I'm going to say the wings. But hey, they still didn't just chintz out on it. Yeah.
I mean, in the movie, he threw it a lot. So,
And all the way on there is individual tiny little suckers on those tentacles.
focus.
It's not hard because it's probably not identical. Right.
There you go.
There you
See the
go.
little holes in there.
So the tentacles are pretty detailed all the way around. Nice. Again, this is a one-off. I mean, they're not using any borrowed parts from any other Joe stuff. So, I still think they did a good job. There is a two-toning to the underside and the outside of the tentacles, just like real tentacles on, real octopus.
Or people.
All right. So, I mean, the giant forearm claws, pretty wicked. Pretty wicked. Yeah. I mean, I so far I'm really digging it. We're gonna bust this out. I'm leaving like that, and then we will throw the wings on at the end, but we have other things to open.
Think you can get them to stand on the rotating base?
Let's see if I can get him to stand on there. So, without going too far into articulation, he still does just have the articulation you'd expect from a classified figure.
Ta-da!
And he at least stands up like that. Well,
Look what you did.
well, he did. Let's see if I can. No, that's not gonna work.
Here's the button to stop it.
Let's see if I can do it.
This is fun to watch, better than
Yeah.
the unboxing itself.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So I'll work with this for a second. AJ, buy me some time while you grab the box.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I'm gonna leave this on you while we watch you do this.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Time for my side. Many moons ago, Lord saw fit to spit me out of my mom, and Joel finally caught on and bought me a present. So for my birthday, Joel got me this Super 7 box. There's nothing in it. He just bought me this box.
Yeah, I got great deals on empty boxes.
So I'm gonna put my sneakers in it at some point. But until then, let's see if there's anything he might have accidentally left behind in the box, like love letters or a watch that his father had to store for him in Vietnam.
Yeah. Unwashed.
But no, my birthday was this past week. Both Joel got me a present, and I'm unboxing it for you here.
And this is a straight unboxing, truly unboxing, because normally AJ knows what he's opening. He doesn't know what he's opening, and man, I'll be damned if I can get him to stand up on here. He stands static on the regular table. Oh, are we gonna get lucky? Are we gonna get lucky? No, we're not gonna get lucky.
Ooh, look, it's a Super Jesus. Super 7 Optimus Prime. All right, let's unbag it.
Well,
He's sitting down.
I'm not gonna figure out if it's even appropriate or not, but yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just sit down just like that.
He's meditating.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out how come he's so badass but cannot stand up on his own. So I don't know if you guys know, AJ might have more than a couple Optimus pieces. And so I really didn't know what he had or didn't have. And I was like, I got to dig deep. So I looked and looked and looked, and I found this.
Nice.
Super 7's done multiple figures in this large type box and format. They did the multiple versions of the Cobra Bat. They did a clear one and a regular one. Um, gosh,
There's a big part of me that doesn't want to open this because it looks like one of those old school Johnny robots that you would get from Japan when we were kids, and I like that about it.
It's really a retro looking thing. I know they did one with the snake armor, the G.I. Joe Cobra snake armor, which was really cool. I'm hoping at some point I can grab that. I will tell you, of the bat, I opened the bat and it's super cool and it does move. I think they're definitely super fun to look at and mess with. I think they're definitely more about display than they are going to be playability. Like I said, the retro style, there is articulation, not a ton, but again, I think it's really about how it looks. But we're going to see. All right, so we got so this version also too, this Optimus Prime, which I was hoping was going to be extra cool, is a semi-translucent one. Okay, so you guys can see. There's the chest piece, looking very cartoon. This thing is not going to fall out in the box. Okay.
I got big gun.
All right. What's your initial opinion here, my friend? What do you think about the details? What do you just think in general?
I think this is cool. I kind of want to put gumballs in it and see what happens.
It totally looks like a gumball machine. So the inside piece area, does that come out?
No.
Yeah, it's molded. So just so you guys know, everything that you're going to see, all the detail is molded. You're not going to be able to pull any pieces off.
I'm gonna pull out the secondary cam right now so you guys can get a closer look at it.
Yeah.
And here we are. As you can see, the helmet, the head is completely translucent. With the matrix there, a lot of little detail on the inside. But his arms and his hands are translucent.
I would say it would have been cool maybe as an opportunity to also show some more inner workings on the arms and the legs, just like they did with the torso. But yeah, the light actually does shine through parts of the torso and the chest. So I mean, it does have a really cool effect.
It is inarticulate as all hell.
Yeah, pretty much. You've got arms, and I don't know. Does the head turn?
Arms rotate. I don't know. Twist it.
Okay, head turns, arms turn, hands turn, but that's all you're getting.
That's it. No bendy legs. No bendy arms. Nothing.
But talking about the other,
But it's okay. It's a display piece, so that's fine.
yeah, the others in the line that, like I said, that I had actually taken out of or actually seen again, very little in the wheel articulation, but they are just overblown, big, cool display pieces. So if that's something that you like, I think so far it's pretty cool.
He has to because he bought it for me.
Yeah,
So he has to remain
yeah.
optimistic.
Yeah.
Get it?
Optimistic. Oh, okay. So there is actually a turn to the leg, so you could turn the feet out a bit, so you could kind of get him to just,
But Joel, he doesn't transform.
No, he turns into that and into that.
So he doesn't count as a transform.
Now, yes, and AJ, prior to starting a beautiful collection of the little guys, what are they called again?
Blockies.
Blockies. He would have told me, I heard him say multiple times, yeah, well, when it comes to Transformers, if it doesn't transform, I really kind of. But it turns out blockies were so cool that it changed his mind. So that kind of paved the way for this thing. So
He hopes.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good representation of a good, cartoon Optimus. I think they kept the details good.
I think it's a big bag of awesome. This is just definitely what you would call like a desk bot, something you would hold on your desk at work for display or something that'd be safe to have around in public like that, because if it gets handled, if it gets touched or whatever, it's not really going to do any damage to it or anything. And I'm not trying to insult
no,
the president. I'm just saying that that's what this is.
It's tough.
It's tough, and you could probably drop it a few times if it happens. Yeah. But every time it gets dropped, somebody gets punched. So depending on how long you want to state your job for.
And is there carpet or is it cement?
Right.
What are we talking
about? Are you dropping it out of a window? Are you dropping yourself out of a window at this job? I mean, it just depends. But I really enjoyed this piece. It's gonna. I have no idea. This might be one of those ones that goes outside the room and is allowed to be displayed in public by the wife. But we shall see. My birthday is over, so I may not be getting any presents as far as when I'm allowed to display anymore outside or not.
Actually, just might go for this one. I think if you also too wanted to be slick and throw some LED somewhere in or around LED, or at least have a light behind it, I think it would be extra cool. Super 7 has done a lot of clear, translucent versions of their characters. There's the Ghost of Starscream, which is the Ultimates line, not that big. I saw one of those. It was super cool. It was sparkly and semi-clear.
Out of my fucking chair.
Yeah, but hey, they did. I think also too, because of the bubble in the window. Actually, I want to see the box again. You mind?
No.
You're gonna know. There's no mystery as to exactly what you're getting. They even do flat out just show you on the box what's going on. The instructions are right there. Actually, the art's great. It really does look super retro.
And
This
there's one for Megatron on the other
Ooh,
side.
yeah. So there's a nice little, hey, check out Megatron and the goodies you might have. So on the back of the box, the schematic is really cool. They really this is the box, I will tell you, and flat out just the way this looks. This is going for a definitely a heavy Japanese release. They do have the picture of Optimus. That is a that is definitely a classic picture.
Yeah, it's from the G1 art.
Yeah, that is definitely G1 art.
That is definite book cover art. You remember all the book covers that you used to have? That was
The
one of them,
lunchboxes,
which is up there. Yeah,
the big battle scene on the back of a lot of the boxes. I wish I knew what that said right there, but I still think it's pretty cool to put it there.
I'm sure we can find out real quick.
Yeah,
We
probably.
do have a phone.
Wonder what it says. It says, "Sucker, you bought a figure where the knees don't bend." But also too, there is a window on the top of the box. So as far as being able to see how translucent it is and kind of how the colors are, you would be able to see that. They're not lying to you here at all.
It says Transformers Super Robot Optimus Prime 7 points of articulation.
Yeah, okay, they're just telling you straight up. So
Thank God for Google Translate.
So yeah, you guys, I think if this is a piece that you think is cool that you want to have, I think it's a fabulous display piece. I mean, AJ, this is AJ's gift, so he's going to display it how he wants. But if you wanted it out or you want it in the box, I think either way, it's just going to look cool on shelves. I think you could probably even give this to a kid, because it's a gift. We're not going to talk about price right now, but I think it's pretty sweet. But AJ, it's your gift. Would you suggest this to somebody?
Oh, definitely. This looks like one of those, and again, no insult. This looks like one of those Planet Hollywood type of gifts where you're out Universal Studios, and you see one of these gifts in the window of one of the stores on display, uh, to grab your attention and make you come in. And I would definitely be coming in based on that attention. Uh, Thank you very much, Joel, for the gift. I
Yeah,
really
you're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Here's a little bit of a close up on everything. X-ray trust. Ion blaster. Very nice. I love the blueprints of anything.
Mhm. They also got that nice red to blue fade on the box that we're kind of used to from Transformers. So I mean,
And it's Optimus's colors too.
Yeah.
So
they definitely nailed the look of something that would have been from AJ and I's childhood era when we would have seen the boxes for stuff.
absolutely,
Did
I
that-
fully expect like gumballs to fall out of this thing, or candies, little cream candies.
some super stale candies that would break
Yeah.
your teeth, but they'd be cool looking, you know?
It's weird because it feels like he has like sound waves buttons here. Well, stop. Fast forward, play.
I will say one only thing that I would have maybe liked to seen is that if it was put together with screws, then you could have actually taken everything apart. You could have put LEDs in there, but those pieces do look totally glued. You're not getting those apart without destroying it, but not a big deal. Like I said, if you just threw some lights behind it, you could throw a few in the chest. I still think it would look super cool.
It's got the G1 version of the Matrix too, which is awesome.
Mhm. Good stuff.
Yeah. Now let's see how tough it is.
Bam. So I feel like that thing would take. I wish we had FU money so we could just buy extras of every toy that we review and then really show you, like, we'll call it the Tonka Challenge, which
Right.
I don't know if by copyright we can call it that. But
We spell it different.
yeah, the Tonka Challenge. And we might even bring in, bring in some actual kids and tell them on camera, please just, do as you will with this toy and see how tough they are. Again, I get this is probably definitely made, I think, aiming for a collector like AJ and I, a little older. But again, when parents want to bring their kids into liking some stuff, I think this is a fabulous intro for a younger kid that a parent could get them and they could enjoy some Optimus Prime right away. And then as they get a little older, every year they're getting more complicated into some of the Optimuses that AJ has shown me that even, 40 and 50-year-olds are you needing the instructions or that thing isn't getting transformed. But
Why
definitely,
you gotta give our age away?
I just showed a couple decades of potential location of age. I am going to take this box down real quick. We're going to go ahead and put the
Wings on.
wings on our buddy here who's just been lounging, watching the show. So when I was saying, that the tentacles piece wasn't fully kind of molded to the back, I would say that these are better. There isn't much of a gap. It doesn't look weird. I'm not going to actually move the joints on the wings up on the back, you guys. Like I said, they're a little tight, and I'm not about to break this thing twice. But I mean, they are good. They're a good size. I think fully extended, they would just look awesome, like they had them on the box. Again, the translucency to the wings, just that's just awesome. Overall, any of my gripes I think about this thing, I think it's pretty good. I think for the actual price Hasbro wanted, I think it is. I think it's reasonable. But sadly, you're not going to be able to pay that anymore. You're going to have to get it secondary market. So, but it is pretty awesome. I don't think I'm going to leave this guy in the box. I think I'm definitely going to hit the joints with a hair dryer, move those around a bit, and he's going to be tossing some people around. I want to see him out of the box. So. But as far as standing up, you guys, he's
Good luck with that.
That's why he's got wings, right? He's just like
he's got pegs.
he just doesn't stand. But might be able to get him to do it with a little bit of finagling.
Well, he can't stand because even in the box, they should not standing.
Yeah,
them flying.
Lots of flying. So I mean, I got him to get like right that, so it is possible,
Wah, wah.
But
he's had a long day and he's been around us smoking, so he knows.
Yeah,
he's a little contact high right now, so he's a little tight.
But still, overall, I think still a good score. This is a character a lot of us wondered would maybe never get made. Wasn't sure. Somebody would have made an aftermarket one, later. But as far as a regular Hasbro release, I think it's pretty dope.
I agree. And that wraps up this episode of the side panel. Thank you, Joel, once again for bringing us wonderful toys today to review.
Right on.
Thank you for the awesome birthday present.
You're welcome, buddy.
I want to remind everybody, please join us May 31st as we're bringing back the live stream. This one's called Father's Day Massacre. And we will be drawing art inspired to us by our favorite Father's Day horror movies. And Stepfather's Day. Yes, both of them will be included. Lots of Terry Quinn art. Mm-hmm. Hopefully in a wheelchair with lots of knives.
Yeah.
But yeah, so please join us for that. Check out all of our other websites. Check out our friends' website, Shadow Nose Network, BenDetter.com. Everybody out there, Four Color Fantasies, I want to thank you very much for hosting the pre-comic book day and inviting us out there.
Awesome day.
A couple weeks ago. It was a great day. We really appreciate your patronage and your letting us set up there for Richard Duran and his family.
Absolutely.
And everybody else out there, thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you on the next episode, which is hopefully coming to you very soon. All right, guys, take it easy.
Right on.
And
see you soon.
Good night.
What's up, nerds? Scott Solo from the Sarlacc Digest podcast, and you are listening to my pal, my buddy, AJ from the Forbidden Panel. At least I think he's my friend. Sometimes he's my enemy. Sometimes he's my arch nemesis. Anyway, enjoy the show and keep it nerdy.